The revelation. It was already late in the afternoon when 3 male Servius discovered the bodies of their slain inside their armory. They were the next on duty to guard the prisoners. The sight of their fallen made them call upon other guards. They searched every known passageway that the males could have gone through to escape, until they saw their tracks, all leading to the refinery. They broke each room, searched every corner and found other unknown tracks scattered that were all leading to the ladder out to the west side shores of the lake. The males escaped. Miro was studying a huge map laid on a large table together with several elder male Servius and Ichab when the guards burst. "We've been intruded." The males escaped. Every elder male Servius gave surprised looks at their guards, then glanced at each other with bewilderment. How could it be Driwas? An elder male Servier who was wearing a soldier uniform remarked. "They escaped through the refinery and some kind helped them," a male Servier replied while raising a broken arrow of a 19. "The Zixes Picha," another male Servier elder remarked. "I thought we got them all last night. I never realized they are smarter than us to breach our fortress." Miro's remark made Ichab silent. He reported to the elders that the Zixes were destroyed and no one got through their fortress. The birds did not see them, for the Zixes camouflaged and hid themselves good while they waited on the top of the fortress until the marching army of male Servius passed them. They are not yet far. They are still in our woods. The Zixes will be heading back where they came from, and I am sure they have seen our army marching towards their land. They would do anything to be back there at once. Alert our guards at the fortress and I want them all captured. The males were just incidental in their curiosity over here, and Ichab, send also a message to Alvord in the north. I want the whole Red Land fall tomorrow night." Ichab embarrassingly nodded. He was about to leave to carry his order when another guard appeared. "There are unknown kinds in the northwest of our woods that are heading here. We don't know what they are, but they are with the 3 males who escaped." The elders looked at Ichab once more, who stared blankly at his guard. His guard should have told him first, he thought. How did they get inside our fortress? Are we losing hold of the west? What is happening? Ichab. Chaco's questions were shared by the others. All looked towards Ichab, who was turning red, for he didn't know the answer as well. "Since when did the males have friends other than us?" Picha broke the sudden silence with a question that was more directed towards Miro than Ichab. Miro was in deep thought. Many times, he kept a lot of things to the male Servier elders until he finished the job, or it was of such importance requiring the elders to take action or support him. Since time, this quality of Miro, whom the elders regard with high respect, made him above all them. They are the Snurs, inhabitants of the northwest forest of this land. They were friends of the males. The males lived with them for a time, and they were the ones who told about this lake. I thought of destroying them when we found the males, but held on, sensing the deep relations the tailed ones developed with the forest dwellers. I know that if I did so that time, the males would never trust us anymore. I pretended that I do not know about their meetings then until I was able to cut their communication with each other. This gave me the opportunity to destroy the Snurs, but our birds failed to find them anymore. We just found their abandoned village and I thought they left and migrated to other lands. It never crossed my mind that they stayed. You do not need to worry, for they are incapable of doing harm. I see them like the males, harmless and detached kinds that could not threaten our very existence. Don't you think so? How come they have the courage to move here? I'm sure the males told them about us, and only a fool would try to come knowing what we can do to them. To save their friends, Picha, that is the only reason. I also think that they saw our army march to the west, which made them believe that there is nothing left here if not a few. We will let them come so it would be easier for us to destroy them. Ichab, send the male Servius at the cliffs to go to the inner forest, find the twin trees, and they will find the Snurs. We will get them all this time. We will lose our guards in the north if you do that. Miro ignored Driwas' remarks. He turned around and looked back at the large sheet of cloth laid down on the table before him, showing the map of their surroundings and nearby lands. He bent and ran his fingers following the flow of the great river from the north down south. Then, he looked back at Driwas. Since No one dared to come from the north, and our soldiers are just getting bored and fatter there each day. The north should be the least of our worries. Shouldn't we send back some of the Malservius here? We don't know how many the Snurs really are, and we only have quite a few thousand here, including those in the western fortress. You sent all our forces in the north, Picher followed, but this time, Miro was in no mood to explain. Are you not listening to me, Picher, or you are just afraid that the Snurs can defeat us? How? We have thousands of warriors there in the woods, and these Snurs that are frightening you are not even a tenth of what we have here. No, there is no time to waste. Let us move as planned, and we will leave this place soon and join Alvord in the north once we get back the males. Our forces at the cliffs and in the west fortress are more than enough to ambush the intruders, kill the Zixers, and bring back those tailed creatures. Do you understand? Miro's rising voice made the elders silent. They knew they struck Miro, for he had never been challenged before, nor he ever made a mistake or got wrong with his assumptions. Miro sensed the stillness of his elders and walked a few steps away from the table towards Ichib. This time he returned, speaking in a controlled voice. I don't believe that the Snurs know what they are up to, and if they want to make war, we will give it to them and make them feel what the real wrath of war is. Miro, what about the Geradians in the east? Should we destroy them now? Miro faced Chaco, whose voice returned to a usual subservient elder. No, not yet. We can take care of them once we have the west, and once Igathansha falls. Let them live in fear the way they do for years. Their moment will come. There are several ships that were seen sailing towards Tuz and the south of Redland that came from Igathansha. Should we handle them like the rest? Bolvort, a Malservia elder in a soldier's uniform, remarked with great pride. He was instrumental in the destruction of the first ships of Igathansha, the 1,000 soldiers sent by Yigada to help the southern Reds. He knew that Miro was pleased with him. Of course they are searching for their lost sailors. Should we destroy them too? Bolvort repeated, confirming that Miro was agreeing to him, but Miro was thinking another thing, of why the soldiers of Igathansha were moving towards Tuz. He forgot this thought when Bolvort asked the same question for confirmation once more. He saw him excited and proud for what he had accomplished. He didn't want to lose his high spirit. Yes, we will take them down like they're fallen until Igathansha fears the waters. We will use this fear against them until we get into their territory the way we did at Bixar. We will come with such a great number and force and make every kind submit to us. Miro's words sent excitement to the Malservius before him. They cheered together, feeling the taste of victory as reflected on their faces, especially Bolvort. It was only Picher who was not in a rejoicing mood, and Miro sensed he wanted to know something. Why do we still need the males then? Why don't we just destroy them like the others so we don't have to wait here for them? Picher's questions were short and simple, but enough for the cheering Malservius to change faces. They all looked at Miro. Miro knew he had to reveal his very long-kept reason for keeping the males. That was the mistake of other kinds, Picher. They didn't see what the males are capable of doing. Look at the tunnels before you, your vests, your armors and shields that fitted your arms so perfectly. Don't you see it? Other kinds didn't see that a male who is alive is much precious than his eyes. They want them killed, take their eyes and sell it to those who fancied it its sparkling colors that the sun and the rivers have. What kind of creatures are they? They looked at them like ornaments, something that can fill their greed to disregard the truth before them, that the males have lives and feelings like them. They didn't care about this. Me, more. Their minds are clouded by greed. I have seen this for years. I have seen the lust and dark desires in the hearts of many kinds. They kill the weak until they get their possessions that could never fill their inner monster of discontent and desire for more. They will never stop unless we stop them and restore order for all kinds. While our ways will be regarded as evil, for we may need to destroy lives, they will however realize that it is necessary to bring this world back to what it was, detached from lust, greed, and desires for material possessions that this generation thought they can take into their graves. Males, Ozalbenegs, Nugas, were all but peaceful kinds. driven away from their homes, and they are the only ones that I see who deserve to live in this world with the Malservius.